Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and I'm coming back to check out my nuclear reactor and discovered it did not blow up. So, hooray for that. Always a nice thing to have your nuclear reactor not blow up. So, right now I'm creating 4 more uranium cells, and I have a near depleted uranium cell, which at some point I should get into breeder reactors. I don't understand how they work, so that's part of the problem that I haven't covered them yet. But I'll figure them out and explain them to you guys at some point. So this is episode 13 of my server Let's Play, and I'm going to go refill my reactor over here. So let's go ahead and take a run and see how we made out. So as you can see, did not blow up, definitely a good sign. And my integrated heat dispersers still have a little bit of heat damage, but all my coolant cells have definitely cooled off, which is good. I probably want to wait for these guys to fully cool off before I throw in more uranium. So I'll probably do that. And I'm going to knock this pipe off here, because as you can see, I went ahead and set up this system so that it pumps out and stores, because I completely forgot that I didn't leave enough power in here and I left my quarry running, so I had a ton of scrap when I came back. So that's definitely not a good thing. And it was all stuck inside the piping system here, which wasn't too bad. I definitely cleaned it up by just throwing this gold chest next to it. Figured gold would be big enough. And, you know, I'm just letting that all pump out now. And it's a nice automated system. What'll happen is it'll try and come in here, and if it can fit inside the mass fabricator, it will. Otherwise, it'll go into the chest and get pumped back out the side. This just prevents, you know, a massive amount of lag, because the system that I had will work for a small amount of items, but when you have a ton of items in there, like that many, it might cause a bit of lag on the server, and I'm trying to save Malianx a little bit of a heartache here. So I'm going to let that go and let this thing cool off for a little bit. Hopefully I'll be back soon, and it will not be, you know, damaged at all. So I'll be back shortly, guys. Okay, guys, I am running my nuclear reactor again, letting it cook through this set of uranium. And I'm going to go and start moving my solar panels over, because I want to continue to produce UU matter even though the nuclear reactor isn't running. And if you remember, I said in my last episode that I'm probably going to want to move these solar panels over, you know, put up a majority of them above the nuclear facility. So why don't I get started on doing that now? So basically my plan up here is to knock off all but 2 of these solar flowers, and that'll give me about 64 or so EU per tick, which should be plenty of energy to run all my machines and keep things running overnight while I'm waiting for the sun to come back out. So I'm pretty much going to be spending the next 15 or 20 minutes knocking off all these tin bars, all these tin wires, and you know, taking out my wrench and knocking off the solar panels from above my roof. So if I get out my handy EU reader here, we should see that I'm getting 64 energy units per tick running through this wire. Or not. Oh, you know why? I bet my MFE inside is full. I'm sure that's what it is, as a matter of fact. There it is. Yep, full. So that's why it wasn't rating as 64. But that's fine. Maybe I'll even shrink it down to 32 at some point, we'll see. It really depends on how much I need to run my house. I'm thinking 32 or 64 will be fine. So why don't I knock this stuff off, and I'll be back shortly. So I just picked up 2 stacks of solar panels off my roof there, and as you can see, I got a few generators. You guys should know that there's a small chance that when you break machines, you'll get a lesser version of them. In this case, when you break solar panels, you get generators. So I just had to recraft my solar panels there. And I can just put these guys back in the chest, and now I'm going to go throw my solar panels on top of the roof of my nuclear facility. So basically this is going to be like a huge power plant generation for me. I'm going to have a bunch of solar panels up here. I'm going to have, who knows what else. I might even move my lava facility here. And I'm getting spiders in this house. I thought it was bright enough to prevent spawns, but maybe not. Maybe I need to run some lights on the floor. We'll see. So, yep, this guy is happily trending along and using up some of the scrap. That's always good. Very cool. And you can see my coolant cells are starting to take damage again, which is fine. I'm pretty sure the uranium cells are taking more damage than they can. And, yeah, so let me get the solar panels set up on the roof. So I want to put these solar panels up on my roof, but there's this giant mountain here that's causing me issues. I guess I'm just going to have to clear it off. Yeah. Let's see here. If I go... Might as well pick up my landmarks again. I'm thinking that if I just run this flattener, it shouldn't cause any problems to my existing wiring or building, but hope I'm right about that. Let's see. I'm gonna need some of this, and some of this. That should be good. Flattener. Alright, so I've got my electrical tape down. This should flatten out the area, and it shouldn't affect anything that's currently up, like, below this thing. So let's hit can receive true, and start flattening. Flattener go. Maybe. Maybe not. Should be going. Maybe it starts at the top. Let's see what's up. Yeah, I'm not going to get to the top with an electric jetpack, so let me see if I can get up there. Well guys, I realized the flattener is going to lay down a flat line across here, and I didn't feel like filling it up and clearing out whatever it filled, so I went ahead and made it a clearing guy. So I'm just going to throw down this, and let's see if the clearing works out alright. Hope it does, we'll see. Hey, worst case, I crashed the server, right? So far the server hasn't crashed. Probably a good sign. And I'm going to let this guy run, and I'm going to try and pick up all these blocks as they're falling, because all these blocks do kind of cause lag. So, I paused this for just a moment, because I want to collect all these items, and I don't want to have to constantly run back and forth. So basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a little bit of a system here. This guy is basically going to pump all the items that I put into this chest here at a pretty good rate of speed, as a matter of fact, because I put 2 engines down. Let's go ahead and replace the steam engine here. I'm just boosting these a little bit with the steam engine to get them running a little bit faster, because I like them at the orange speed and I don't want to wait for them to speed up on their own. So basically I'm going to run around and collect everything that lands from the clearing, and then just throw it in this chest and let it pump out into my recycler. It'll pretty much go into my my whole sorting system. That's what I did, is I sent it to frequency 1 to the sorting system. So that'll be cool. So I'll be back shortly. And you can see Skylophone here is saying hi to y'all. Hi Skylophone. So just to update you guys on the progress of this clear, it's doing a nice job here. I'm totally clearing out this mountain pretty well. Trying to keep up with all the junk that's fallen and throwing into that chest over there. And I actually overloaded the chest quite a bit, and actually had to throw down a steam engine along with a few other redstone engines. You can see they're all pumping out nicely, and yeah, we're doing alright. Unfortunately, just because of the fact that I never expected to have this much junk flowing through my system, I have no way of recycling all that stuff nearly fast enough. So as you can see, my recyclers are going full tilt, but my recycling system is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and it's catching all the excess. I did replace this with a gold chest just because of the amount of junk that I'm collecting over there. And, just plugging along. So, I'm going to continue clearing out that mountain, and I'll be back. And we're still making progress. I know it's a little dark out so you guys can't see, but we're reaching the top of the mountain, probably a little bit more to go. And it's still pumping like crazy out of this chest. And it's all just getting sent back to my, main area. I should probably go back there at some point and check on stuff. So like I said, my recyclers are working overtime trying to process all this junk that's flowing through here. So while I'm waiting, I'm just going to start laying down my solar farm. As you can see, I'm probably going to go with a straight line approach here, like Zeldo has been doing. It's pretty efficient, especially when you're using the tin wires. So I'm thinking that's pretty cool. He's got like this crazy triangle design that probably works pretty well as well. But I think this will do pretty well for me. Hear all that loud noise? Why do you think I wanted to move this out of my main base? So yeah, this should be pretty good. So I'm just going to be laying these guys down here, and then I will be back to show you the finished product. Just look at my overflow chest. Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff there. But it's all working like it should be. Everything is running like it should, so that's awesome. Alright guys, looking sharp. I've got my nice solar farm going on here. Probably going to want to make another line of these here, and I've got room for growth, and I should be getting a good number of energy flowing through here as soon as I go connect it back downstairs. So if I hook this guy up like so, and get an energy reading, 128 energy units per tick, exactly how many solar panels I had, so that's cool. And that should all be flowing in through here. Beautiful. Now that is exactly how much this thing is capable of outputting, so I'm probably going to want to knock this MFE out of here. Oh look, UU matter landed in here somehow. That's cool. Yeah, I bet I know what's happening is this wooden chest is connected to the MFE. So why don't I just get this MFE off the line here? There's no real reason for it other than, it's getting in the way now. So now I can place that like that, and our energy reading here should be 158, 182. Oh, cool. Yeah, probably because I'm getting more energy than I was planning to out of that. Oh, cool. You can see my uranium cells are almost done here. That's pretty neat. So let's see. What's this guy generating? $60 plus 122 now? Oh, I see. Because I removed that, I'm losing 2 energy units per tick. I should figure out how to fix that, probably. Yeah, maybe I want to go more tin upstairs. Let's see. Basically going to replace this stuff with more tin instead of fiber optic, and that should probably solve my issues. Let's see what kind of reading we're getting now. 122 still. Okay, now how are we doing? Still 122. Alright, I'm going to have to figure out how to fix this. Probably going to need like an MFE somewhere along this line, so that the MFE is serving as a spacer here. Let's do it like this. Basically what's happening is the extra length of fiber optic cable leading from my nuclear reactor is causing an issue of energy loss. So now, let's see how things go. Alright, now I really have to figure out what's up. Yeah, I'm thinking the issue here is just because my solar panels are a little bit too far up there. And I'm going to have to figure out how I want to fix that. Oh yeah, that's much better. Back to 128. What I did is I had, just for aesthetic purposes, I had this thing looping down a little bit, and it looked like it was just enough to cause an issue. So, I'm going to need some more smooth stone here, but that's alright. I'll finish picking this up later. Basically, I had this cable a little bit longer than it needed to be, and it was just long enough to be causing an issue. So now we've got 128 coming in from the roof, and 60 coming in from here for a total of 188. Nice. Very nice, actually. And as we can see, our nuclear reactor, the uranium cells are getting, they're a little bit more than halfway empty, and all the coolant's doing just fine. So it's not having much of an issue. It should repair itself, cool down, that is, and everything's good. So I'll be back shortly, guys. Alright guys, the next thing I want to show you outside here is a prototype design that I just have been kind of mulling about in my head, and it's actually extremely simple, at least its current iteration is. I've got a obsidian pipe connected to a diamond pipe, and this blue line connects to this redstone pipe, which then filters into the chest, and the white line on the diamond pipe also filters up into the chest. So what's all this mean, really? Well, check out what's in the diamond pipe. The blue line is cobblestone. Okay? If I go ahead and take a piece of smooth stone and put it in the obsidian pipe there, nothing happens, because the smooth stone is actually just going straight up into the white area and going up the chest. And the same thing for dirt. Gets sucked in. That's an obsidian pipe, by the way, and then heads up into the chest. But if I put cobblestone in, it's going to head off to the blue line, activate that redstone pipe, and watch what happens. And then a few seconds later, once it's done going through the redstone pipe. So, I just created a key system. You can basically choose any item in the game that you want to act as your key. I could make it redstone, or I could have any number of keys, really. I could go redstone wire, I could make it a stone cover. Whatever I put in this blue line will open the door for me. So like I said, stone cover. We'll go through the piping system and open the door. But anything that's not along that blue line will not open the door. So I think that's kind of a neat little system there. It's obviously just a prototype. What I'd probably wind up doing is hiding all this wiring and whatnot. I had a stone cover on this guy. And of course I would use an iron door rather than a wooden door. But that's just a neat way to have a little piece of security on this door. Now obviously, of course, anyone could just go take a drill and break through the wall. But we're going to go ahead and assume that people aren't going to do that. And stick with a cool security system in place. So, I'm not gonna change this too much right now. It's just really kind of a prototype / experiment to see how well it worked, and it actually worked pretty well. So what I'll do now is move on to something else, or maybe wrap up this video. I'm not sure how long this has been. Alright guys, I think this is a good point to wrap up here. I did place a thingy here, a little sign, and made an iron door. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 13 of my server play series. I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy.